Hello everybody, it's Amy from Making Space. It's a Tuesday, which means I've got another activity inspired by our Young Designers course. Today I've got another activity that's inspired by VE Day, which is coming up this Friday. I thought it'd be nice today to do some fashion illustrations inspired by the 1940s fashion. So I'll move these out of the way. You can see today I've done two different examples. I've done this lovely one which is highlighting men's fashion from the era, and particularly sort of the different uniforms and kind of casual fashion. And then I've also done this version of sort of some female fashion from the 1940s as well. Now, what I did to get inspired for these, I didn't just make them up, I did some research first. So I headed to Google and I typed in VE Day and I saw what the people were wearing during the celebrations, and I used that to inspire my designs, and that's what I'd like to encourage you to do. Part of being a designer is coming up with your inspiration first, so you might want to make note of the skirt lengths or the necklines they were wearing, the particular colours of the outfits that were popular, little things like that which will make your designs look more authentic. So hopefully you'll come up with something like this. I will share these templates online, which I've made here, which you can download from our website. And I'll go through all the materials and I'll show you how I did them, and then hopefully you guys can have a go at home. So again, you don't need anything too complex for this activity. You're going to want some plain white paper, and this is just normal copier paper. You're going to want the templates. Again, you can download these ones I've made, or you can make your own, or you don't have to use them at all. It's completely up to you. I find they help give my sort of designs a kind of a similar look, which I quite like. Then you're also going to want a few pens and pencils. So you're going to want an illustration pen to do the outlines, a pencil and a rubber to do your sketches first, and then some colouring pens of any kind to sort of add some colour. And if you don't have sort of professional illustration pens, you can use pencils, you can use normal felt tips, watercolours, it's completely up to you. So that's it, that's all we need. If you've got access to the computer, that'd be great, because that can help with your research as well. So let's clear a bit of space and I'll show you how I did these. So I'm going to do one male, one female illustration for this example. And what you're going to do is you're going to grab one of your templates and get two bits of paper. The reason I do this is because the outlines stand out a little bit better when they've got a white background. You can see my desk is dark wood, so with a lighter background they stand out more. Now if I hold that up to the light, you can kind of see the template shows through. Don't think you can see it when I lay it down. And then what you're going to do is you're going to start sketching out the clothes. And I've got, you can't actually see, but on my laptop in front of me I've got some imagery up from VE Day. And I'm going to use that to inspire my designs. So I've got a brilliant image of 4 young people kind of celebrating. They look like they're in a fountain, so I'm going to use that for my inspiration. So I'm just going to make that a little bit bigger so I can see it a bit clearer. Okay. So I notice that a lot of them are still wearing their uniforms. Make sure we're in focus. All right. And don't let, if you think you're not a very good drawer, don't let that put you off. The templates are here to help you get your proportions right, which I know lots of people struggle with when they're drawing. And they don't have to be perfect. The nice thing about these activities is it's just pushing you out of your kind of normal comfort zones and getting you to try something new. Now you'll notice what I'm doing is I'm sketching the clothes first. And I'm using the body that's underneath my design to kind of help with the proportions of the body and where things might sit. Okay, so you can see that rough outline there. If you struggle seeing your template through, you can outline it in sort of a thick black Sharpie or felt tip pen as well to make it a bit darker. And once you've got the clothes sketched in, you can then sketch in the hands, face, feet, things like that. Okay, so that's my male outfit, quite military inspired. It's all kind of like a, what would you call it, like a sort of sandy green sort of colour that he's wearing. And then I'm then going to switch over my templates, and I'm going to put a female one in there as well. So again, you can see the template next to it. Let's try and get them to roughly line up so they're next to one another. That'll do. So I can just about see my outline underneath, which you can see as well. And these two girls are in quite cute little high-waisted shorts. I think they might be longer shorts, but they've pushed up because they're wading through the fountain. I think looking at the old photographs as well really gives you a sense of the colour palettes that were used and the styles that were there as well. Put my laptop up again, which I think is really nice. It keeps your designs more kind of authentic. And they've both got on kind of high neck, sort of polo neck jumpers. Not traditionally what you'd associate with a sort of 1940s fashion. I think lots of the ladies tended to be in sort of, you know, sort of calf length skirts and lots of jackets and shirts and things like that. But I thought this was a fun image to use as my inspiration. And people always tell me they can't draw shoes. Shoes are something that people really struggle with. So you'll see from my sketches, I'm going to do a really simple outline for some shoes, which you can try and copy. And again, faces are another thing that people always struggle with, getting features correct. And again, don't worry, don't let that put you off. You know, you can do very minimal faces. That's completely up to you. So I've got my pencil sketches now, which I'm really happy with. You can see here I've got a rough bit of paper. The pens that I use, these really nice illustration pens, they're quite sort of rich in colour, so they will bleed through. So I just use a bit of paper underneath to protect my desk. Let's get that underneath there. And then we can start adding some colour. And again, when I do the colouring in, which you'll see, I don't colour everything in. I like to leave some of the white of the paper to show through. I think that looks quite nice. Like so. And then if I want to, these pens are great because you've got a broad tip and a fine tip. And if you want to, you can just go in and put some finer details in using your thinner pen as well. I mean, all the detail you're going to put in afterwards with your illustration pen in black. But you can do things like cross-hatching. And what's nice about these pens as well is if you get two tones that are kind of similar, you can blend them together really nicely as well. Okay, so that's his outfit. And then let's do this one here. So she's got a yellow top on. So we'll use this one. And if you're not sure what the colour is going to come out like, test it first underneath and just check that you're happy with it before you add the colour to your design. Again, I'm not going to colour it all in exactly. And her shorts are kind of a bluey grey. So that's perfect. So my camera's bouncing around quite a bit as I'm drawing here. And then let's put in some dark brown shoes. And some nice brown ones for, not that we can see what shoes they've got on, but going on what I've kind of seen other people wearing. Okay, so once you've got your colour on, it's now time to add the detail. And for that, like I said, I'm going to use a black kind of fine liner. You can use whatever you've got really. Now you can of course do this the other way around if you want to. It's completely up to you. So now you're just going over and outlining your design. Let's try and get a better look at what the hats look like. And this is when, you know, if you're doing your research and looking at what they were actually wearing during that time, you can kind of get some quite nice details in, like the little pleats on these pockets. You know, details like how high the trousers were and the waistlines were compared to sort of today's fashion. Just little things like that which will help make your design more authentic. You know, these little shoulder straps that they had. This one's got a little V-shaped badge on his shoulder as well. And again, hands, don't let the hands put you off. I just draw the kind of rough shape of a hand as well. The more you do, the more you can practice and get better at this. But don't let anything like that put you off drawing and thinking you can't do it because you can't draw a hand or a face. That's not what's important at all. Okay, so that's our kind of male outfit, and now we're going to do our female one. And again, for the hair, I'm just going to kind of do, you know, a bit of an indication of what the hair might have looked at. I'm not going to worry about drawing it all in, but again, find your style, find what you like, what you think looks good. The nice thing is about illustration is that everyone's should be slightly different, because it's supposed to look like your drawing, not like mine, not like anyone else's. You can put the detail in so you can kind of see the shorts have been rolled up here. Got some pockets there. So you'll see again, like when I did the clothes and the colouring in, I do the clothes first and then I fill in which parts of the body are kind of showing left over. You'll also notice when I try and do, say like the long line of the leg, I try and get one smooth line the whole way down, because that's what I prefer. And again, really simple shoe. Now, if you want to, you can, of course, add some sort of skin colour if you want to. you don't have to. And again, same with how I colour in my the clothes. I don't like to colour it all in. I think it looks quite nice when you just give a bit of an indication. But again, personal preference, do what you think looks nice. And the nice thing about these pens is you can work over them. They blend really nicely. So I think her shorts have got a slight stripe to them. I'm just going to go and add a few little details there. We might put that together. And I might put, I know she's not got it in the picture, but lots of them have got, they look like they've nabbed the boys' hats and are wearing the hats. So I'm going to draw one on her as well, because I think that'll look nicer. And that's your prerogative as a designer. You can kind of add little details, mix things up. You know, you don't have to draw exactly what you see. You can take inspiration and kind of make it your own. And then you can do things like, you know, add a hint of lipstick and blush. So there we go. That's that little sketch that I've done there as an example. So you can see how easy it is. And I really encourage you to, you know, do some research, see what they were wearing, use that to inspire a collection. And you can mix it up and you can do male and female like I have. You could try and recreate a photo. Or you can have a go at just like designing a collection inspired by either menswear or women's wear. It's completely up to you. But have fun with it. It's a really nice activity, especially as we're approaching VE Day. You could always display your lovely illustrations in the window to kind of show them off to people as they're walking by. Or, you know, keep them in your sketchbook. Just, you know, do it for something fun to do. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed today's activity and I'll see you next week. Cheers, guys. Bye.